Hey guys, welcome to Precision Machine Shed. Today I got my next project. I picked this thing up a few months back and it's been sitting in my garage here in the corner, kind of just chilling out, collecting dust. And it had a few issues when I got it. So we're going to go through, I think I'm going to make a few videos and kind of show what I do to resolve those issues. So for those of you out there that have never whittled a little metal, this is a top-of-the-line 1978 South Bend Heavy 10 with 4.5 foot bed. Flame-hardened ways. It's a tool room lathe, yet there is a taper attachment. And it's got the large crossfeed and compound dials. But wait, there's more. It does have a D14 spindle on it. But don't let that shiny paint fool you. We're missing a Gitz cup. Something's not quite right there. There's a little twang in your hang down. Pretty sure that big part screws onto something. That thing just fell off, I guess. And I don't think those wires are supposed to be powering that pulley. We have an issue. But there's got to be something good with this thing, right? You betcha. Yep. Uh-huh. Hey, look at that. This thing got a new motor in it. Them gears look good. Somebody used a hammer. Alright, so this is basically, like I said, my next project. There's a few things I'm going to do. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the single phase ball door or if I'm going to go to a three phase with like a VFD, or I have my rotary phase converter. Also, the main things we need to fix on this thing to get it actually functional, other than the motor, is our cross slide handle broke off and our compound handle broke off. So that's going to be the first part of my series on getting this old lathe up and running. It actually is in pretty good shape, minus a few broken things, but that's to be expected of an older lathe like this. These machines are actually pretty nice quality machines back in the day, and today if you can still find them in good shape, they're still a pretty, respectable little home shop lathe. I've had quite a few of these South Bends and a lot of 9 inches, a lot of heavy 10s. And this is probably one of my nicer ones that I've had, even with the broken parts on it. Not including the one that I fully restored, but as far as buying one from somebody else, this is probably the nicest one. So you can see the hardened ways are in really good shape yet, and there's no nicks and dings. Even today I get people all the time asking me for advice on when they go out and buy a lathe and what to look for. One of the main things with these South Bends, and one of the reasons I picked this one up, because that gib screw is not completely screwed in, and as you can see this one is loose, but that one will be screwed in a little bit. These usually are not as far in as these because this is your main wear piece. So if this is cranked way in, there's quite a bit of wear there. There's some wear on this one, but it actually slides pretty smooth all the way across there, and I haven't oiled and tightened it down yet, but it's pretty, it's pretty snug, that gib there. That's a good thing to look for. So here's our crossfeed screw as well, and as you can see there is some play in there, but the goal here is to get this thing running and functional. So for now that will work. We can always replace it later or make a new one. As far as the tailstock goes here, I still got to check this quill out here, but I'm thinking I got a Morse taper number 2 reamer will run in there, and we'll probably clean up the outside, and this quill may actually work just fine. As far as this goes, this is just a screw that needs to be bent back into place, and I got to double check that both of my stops are there, and they are, so I don't know if you can see that, but that is bent, so it will need to be bent back. I believe these are screwed in there if you need to remove them. This one probably looks like it's pinned, so hopefully we can bend it without breaking it is the goal, and it shouldn't flop down like that, but it does work. Also with this was loose. As you can see there, it's loose. I'll have to double check that and make sure everything inside there is in good shape. The screw on the tailstock is actually pretty tight. There's not a lot of play in there, so I'm not too worried about that, and our handle out here is pretty good yet, so as long as nothing major pops up here, I think this will clean up fairly well and fairly easily. As far as the taper attachment goes, that was removed simply to take the crossfeed screw out and get that handle replaced. It is dirty, of course. We will need to clean that up, but it actually looks like it's in pretty decent shape underneath. They appear to be missing the original hand lock here, but they got a nut there. And I believe I got the washer here, but as long as the cover that goes over it that rides on there, along with our clamp that clamps to the bed, so that's all stuff we need. 2 locating pins. Those are handy to have. I will admit I am not the best brazier in the world, but I think I can stick these 2 pieces back together. I believe I do have taper reamers, so I will get this guy off of here and we should be able to braze that. I might have to ream it out so it fits on there, but I'll do my best. I think I can make this work again. And of course, as I showed you guys earlier, I'm missing one of my Gitz cups here. I don't believe I have an extra one sitting around here, so I'll have to source one of those. Usually eBay is a place to go for those. And luckily I have the plug there, so I just need the cup. And then here are my broken handles. Well, I fixed one already, but here's the compound. And what happened here was, this looks like this actually happened quite a while ago because it's kind of rusty and looks like somebody used a wrench on there. So the threads are completely gone. There's one like half tiny, not very good thread there. I'm missing the handle here, so if somebody has the handle, hand wheel, whatever you'd like to call it, I would surely appreciate getting a hold of one of these. I do have the handle here, however, I'm going to have to make a new actual grab handle on this guy. So this, like I said, this one I fixed, and this is the piece that broke off. So this piece is where this handle mounts to, and it's keyed and it's threaded, of course. So in the next video, I'll show you how I did that. Pretty simple, not very difficult, but it takes a little finesse, little tight measurements to get it where you want it. And then when I get around to doing this one, I think I might do something a little different. I'm not sure yet, but being that the screw is actually not too bad a shape, however the end here is kind of gone. I could do a similar thing, which is with what I did here, but I think I'm going to try something different. If it doesn't work, I can always go back and do it the same way I did this one. Either way, worst case scenario, you make a whole new threaded rod. But I think we'll make it work here. Alright guys, I look forward to getting this project going and actually getting this lathe running and being able to use it. It's kind of exciting. I haven't had a lathe like this in a while, since kind of my restored Heavy 10 I did several years ago, which was a fun project, but it took quite some time. So I hope you guys stick around and watch my future videos on getting this lathe fixed and running. I know there's a lot of guys out there that either ship these lathes or get them, or for one reason or another break the handles on them. I know that's a big thing that happens, and the replacement pieces for those currently are kind of expensive. So if you have either a mini lathe or another lathe, or if you have access to a lathe, you can pretty easily fix these things and get them repaired and replaced and get it working again. That's my goal here, is to get this guy running without dumping a bunch of money into it. So stay tuned, and as always, smash that like button, hit subscribe with the little bell, ding, and as always, stay safe on your machines and shoot safe. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching.